Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your October reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with an oracle card. What is it that Gemini needs to know for October? See what comes through. Okay, we have a card that says surrender. So this is going to be kind of a fluid month for you. Now, there's still going to be a lot of work involved. Astrologically, there are still a lot of requirements from us in order to get our goals accomplished. However, we really shouldn't be so locked into the idea of what we think it should look like or the way we think it should happen. So this is probably where the surrender is going to come out to play, okay? To allow life to kind of gently guide you. The more flexible you can be, the better. The good news is you're generally a pretty flexible zodiac sign, given the Mercury rulership and given the mutable modality. We also have Jupiter retrograde in your sign this month as well. Jupiter stations on the 9th. And then we have Pluto stationing direct on the 11th. So like the 9th, 10th, 11th, there's going to be some type of a pivot or turnaround or some kind of a change of plan that will likely happen during that time. So your ability to say, okay, relinquish control a little bit and go with it is going to work to your advantage. So let's take a look at one of these animal spirit cards. What else do you need to know here, Gemini? Co-create with spirit. Yeah, I like that with the surrender card because it's kind of that reminder that it's not all just you, that you actually really do have a partner in all of this. And you may have a human partner, okay, human partner, human people that you're doing all this stuff with, but don't forget that spirit is very much involved and that there are unseen and unknowns that are at play right now. So the more and more rigid you are, the more and more you try to lock in, the more difficult some of these changes are going to be. We are being asked to really embrace brand new stuff. And we are being asked to let go and eliminate of a lot of the old stuff. So if we're trying so hard to keep the old stuff alive, life can start getting really, really tough. Remember, this is a beautiful creative process. It's a beautiful creative moment, and we really should roll with the punches as much as we can. All right, Gemini, what else? What else comes through for you here? 4 of Cups, King of Wands, 6 of Coins. All right. You're going to have to be able to discern when something feels right or not. And you're going to have to be really attuned to what's going on inside in order to be able to differentiate. Because I think there's going to be a lot of things trying to come in. You're probably going to be like, nah, not really interested. But then there might be that doubt of like, well, should I be? Is this the new thing? Is this really what it's supposed to do? Should I try it? Should I give it a go? Should I experiment? My thing is that if you're on the fence, it's a definite no. If you're on the fence, if you're wishy-washy, if you're kind of oscillating back and forth, it's a no. All right, I don't want to see you wasting your time on things that you're kind of only half in on. 1 foot in, 1 foot out just really isn't going to cut it right now. Okay, we want to be all in, all of us, full investment, full time, full financial investment. We want to be all in. So if there's not something that we're excited to be all in about, we have to cut it off at the heels, okay? There's no point. There's no point in engaging in things that's not igniting you. There's no point in engaging with people that you're really not sure about, Because when I look at this King of Wands, I'm like, yeah, he is only going to act when there is a passion involved. He's not going to get up and get moving for something that's just like the meh kind of stuff, like the mid-level, regular, mundane type of stuff. I don't think this is a mundane environment that we're in. We had Virgo season already. That's all done and over with. This isn't about the mundane. This is more about the higher level It's about growth and expansion, especially as we have Jupiter retrograde in your sign. See, the thing about Jupiter retrograde is it's going to internalize the Jupiterian expansion, magnification, the spirituality, the optimism, the hope, and all the belief that Jupiter has. You know, it's going to be all like you're going to believe in yourself. So accepting something that's just kind of meh is like, it's going to feel impossible. Okay, it's going to feel impossible because it's got to be top tier or it's nothing. And yeah, it might be a little extreme, but I think this is what's necessary to get the ball rolling on the Pluto and Aquarius era. You know, we kind of already got a big taste of that this year in 2024. Yes, Pluto dipped back into Capricorn, but we're coming out of that now as Pluto stations direct in Capricorn. We only got like a month and a half left, and then we are done and over with. And the whole point of Pluto dipping back in this last time was to be able to say goodbye and to behave differently and choose different choices when we're approached by things that aren't for us. You know, and so we're really going for only the top tier because the King of Wands is never going to settle. He's too whole internally. He's too complete. He's too self-aware. He's too grown. He's too mature to accept anything less than where he's at. Now, I don't see this as being an arrogance thing. In fact, there's actually a significant degree of humility. Because what's happening is I see stuff coming in and I see you turning things away without really having a true or real or visible or tangible safety net. But here is the King of Wands saying, I don't need a safety net because I am my own safety net. I don't need something to fall back on when I turn away these options because I have me. So whether it's a dating scenario, a job scenario, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter because you know that you're going to make something happen and it's going to be what you want it to be. The Six of Coins suggests that there is a massive inflow and outflow going on, that there is probably a decrease of some sort. And yes, we do have that eclipse tomorrow happening on October 2nd. So yes, that's a big part of it. There's some kind of, you know, something going out, something leaving, something being alleviated, but in turn, there is some gain on the other side. See, that's what I think the King of Wands understands. The King of Wands understands that when a path is cleared through the process of elimination, now we're in Libra season through the bulk of October, but through the end of the month, we have Scorpio coming online. We also have Venus in Scorpio right now. So a lot of the little scorpionic themes are also creeping in, and elimination is a big part of that. So we're not afraid to eliminate things that are extraneous or obsolete, because we understand that that creates the space for the influx, which is the promise of the Six of Coins. Okay, there is definitely something reciprocal going on here. All right, let's see what else comes out. For Gemini, for October, there is the decrease. Actually, not even really. Hold on. I love that we got the Hanged Man with the surrender card. You're coming out very masculine. You know, there is a lot of masculine energy right now. A big part of that also has to do with the fact that Mars is going to be entering his pre-shadow phase this year, or this month, late October. So I think we are all really stepping into our Martian energy. I'm backtracking on what I said with the Five of Coins because I don't actually feel like it's you. I can't see you, a King of Wands and King of Swords now, being at a Five of Coins. Now, again, I'm not suggesting every area of your life is perfect. There may be some area of your life where you're like, yeah, I really do need a lot of work. I'm struggling or whatever. So that might be kind of that thing coming online for you, you know, really saying, hey, I'm a prominent force in your life. We got to figure this out. We got to find a way to heal and to make our way past this so that we can grow and prosper. That might be a big thing for you, which is probably one of the reasons why you are being so selective with that Four of Cups, why you are turning people away or turning opportunities away, because you know in your heart of hearts that if you were to accept one of these, it will just land you at yet again another Five of Coins. But the problem is that I'm also seeing the Five of Coins as an external thing, something outside of you, dealing with other people, and you being the observer of that in others. And if Five of Coins people who are not healed and maybe who are not going through the healing process or haven't gone through it, people who are completely in their victimhood, all right, if those types of people are the types of people that are coming and trying to give you these cups, as we see in the Four of Cups, there's going to be a massive light bulb that turns on for you that says, why are these people approaching me? Now, I want you to keep in mind that these people, they're not bad people, okay? They're just on a different playing field. And you have simply outgrown. Maybe you were there at one point, okay? You were at that level, but you're not at that level anymore. And I want to be very clear that this is not really a law of attraction type of thing. And I mentioned this when Pluto re-entered Capricorn. Okay, and I'm going to hit it home again this month too, because it's so important to understand that this is not you attracting this. You may have attracted it in the past, okay, through decisions, through actions, through words, through investments. You may have attracted that, but you have outgrown it. The reason why it's showing up now is because this is now giving you the opportunity to act and behave in a different type of way than you normally would have in the past. This is remnants, I'm calling it like empty echoes from the past, little ghosts, if you will. So this is almost like not even real. It's real in that it's happening, but it's not real in that it's truly a reflection of exactly where you're at, because it's not. Okay, and it's a little deceiving. And I said that also with the full moon eclipse in Pisces as well last month. So we just want to make sure that we understand that that's what's going on. So we don't blame ourselves or feel sorry or be like, oh, I thought I was more evolved than that or whatever. It's just, that's not how it's really working right now. These people are coming into your life for specific reasons, to one, give you an opportunity to respond in a different way than what you normally would have in the past, and to two, to help you to realize how far you've actually come, to help you realize how much growth you've actually gone through and how evolved you've actually become. Because when I look at this Hanged Man, I do see surrender. We've got surrender, we have co-create with spirit, and I also see a great deal of faith, and that's such a Jupiter retrograde thing. Faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Now, you're still showing up, especially with the King energy. You are absolutely still showing up on a day-to-day basis as you should. So when it comes to your projects and everything that you've got going on, I see Gemini being fully engaged, so incredibly present, so dedicated and passionate about what they're doing, with just kind of this, this inherent acceptance that the goal will be attained. This is you acting as though it's a guarantee that it's going to happen, which as you should act that way. It is going to happen. It is inevitable that you will have it. It is inevitable that you will be there. There is a vibrational shift that happens when you start behaving that way. And the more and more, again, this is why you can't accept whatever this is trying to come in. You cannot accept it because it is so out of line with where you're trying to go. So there might be a little bit of heartbreak that happens this month. There might be, because there does seem to be a sharper edge to Libra season. There seems to be a sharp edge. A little bit of that. Maybe it's the Scorpio sting. Maybe it's the Mars retrograde kind of effect. But we're all kind of on the defensive right now, and we're all needing to be quite assertive. And we have to be able to assert what we are willing and unwilling to accept. Okay, so if you're not willing to accept the Four of Cups and the Five of Coins, you're going to have to articulate that and say, I do not accept. This is not okay. You can't keep coming into my life. You can't keep talking to me like that. You can't keep coming here and offering me something kind of half-assed and expect me to drop what I'm doing for this sake. Like I can't and I won't. So yeah, you might need to get a little edgy, a little sharp, a little brutal, but it's that's what it's gonna take. There's something about that first column. I'm just really not sitting well with that first column. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Clearly that one. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the page. I don't like the page because it's like someone seems to become, continually knocking on your door, or someone is still trying to reach out to you, even though you've probably already affirmed that boundary pretty firmly. And for some reason, the page feels uninvited. I'm not sure why. It feels completely uninvited, like an inconvenience, feels a little bit like a problem, but it's not so big. You're still at a king level. This is not so huge. It's just something small that you're going to need to contend with. And it's in line with like this mid stuff, this half-assed stuff. I see exhaustion when this stuff comes through because it's just so like you're exhausted because it's been exhausted. And the energy drain is so clear, and so it does feel somewhat severe. It's the minute that Four of Cups shows up, it's that energy just completely droops. It's very droopy. Okay, so when you are being presented with things, if you feel like your energy is drooping, that's an immediate no, okay? Because there's clearly a drooping effect going on. But I also don't see you getting worked up, right? With the Four of Swords, I see you very calm, cool, collected. That also seems to be somewhat of a theme coming through with this month's readings. Being able to detach, being able to separate yourself from what's going on so you can really think things through, so you can really process. Because you might need to process because there might be a part of you that gets a little bit fooled or deceived by what's going on. Because you might be like, oh, well, maybe I'm not ready. Like I thought I was, maybe I'm not. I thought I was going to get something bigger, maybe I'm not. I thought I was prepared for something better, maybe I'm not. So you may go back and forth. Now, that is a fool's errand because in your heart of hearts, it's not true. You know that you're not down here, okay? You know that you've grown past it and you've grown beyond it, but you might still need to kind of pull yourself away from the situation so that you can just kind of wrap your head around stuff. I know Gemini, it's very easy to get all in your head about stuff and you can spin round and round and round. And this is just going to help you to calm your nerves a little bit because there's really nothing to fear or nothing to doubt. And yet again, here we have that Seven of Swords. I mean, I'm kind of feeling like I don't know why I'm sensing such adversarial energy this month, but I really am. And it's not that you all have enemies. It's not that you like it's so funny to me when I read astrology charts, how, for example, the 6th house can bring out enemies. And it's just so bizarre because that's not something I've ever had to deal with in my whole life. But I do think some people have enemies, they have these nemesis, they have these relationships that are highly antagonistic, with a mother-in-law or something like that. And I feel like these kind of creepy people are sort of coming out of the woodwork for you, Gemini. But again, you're not meant to engage with them. They're not going to have any power over you. They're not going to have any say-so. It's just, you're going to see everything so clearly. Like there's something so kind of slimy about that Seven of Swords. And I don't see you falling for it in a way that maybe you fell for it in the past. Maybe you'd been deceived. Maybe someone was love bombing you. Maybe someone was, trying to manipulate you. But again, I think you see it so clearly. It is so obvious what that person is doing. It's like, again, Four of Swords, you just sort of pull away and retract and retreat and say, I'm not going to have any part of this whatsoever. The surrender, I think, also applies to just kind of letting these people do what they need to do. You don't have to participate, but if they have to try to do something, and I'm not saying to like sit there and, again, I don't know that all of you have all these terrible people in your life, but it's clear that there's some circumstance that is nagging at you, okay, or trying to get at you, or trying to have an effect on you, trying to be a part of your life, trying to show back up again, and you are just not having it. So part of the surrender is kind of like, well, I'm just going to let these people just do what they got to do. If they want to be in their Five of Coins, Seven of Swords place, if that's their choice, I'll let them be there. I'm not going to try to fix them or try to exert control. I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm just going to sit in my power, in my throne with the King of Wands, King of Swords. I'm going to do what I know I can do and let the cards fall where they may. I'll stand up for myself. I'll protect myself. I'll defend myself and all my loved ones, but I am not going to engage. And it is weirdly empowering. It is weirdly empowering because you are asserting a boundary so strong and firm that it does feel impenetrable. I don't see any of these external influences actually gaining access to you at all. That's what's so great. Because I think you're too busy with the big picture. You're too busy with the dream. You're too busy making things happen. This is what happens when you have stuff going on. This is what happens when you're in line to succeed. And of course, the kings wouldn't have it any other way. Like I say, you are operating as though that success is inevitably yours, which it is. So your focus is clearly elsewhere. But there's just like these little jabs, these little things that, yes, are very inconveniencing. They will be an inconvenience. And yet you remain completely untouched. This shows you how far you've come spiritually, how far you've come mentally. And I think you'll be very, very proud of yourself by the end of the month that you didn't succumb or you didn't fall for it or you didn't, give your power away or anything like that. You'll be so happy. Okay, let's pull out the clarifier. So we're going to pull out a whole bunch of new cards. We're going to talk about these cards in the comprehensive reading. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So we go really in depth and in detail, opening all these up. Okay. King of Cups. Oh, okay. Not really liking either of those kings for you right now, not with the Four of Cups. Another Hanged Man. A Tower. I really like the Tower this month a lot. And the Nine of Swords. Queen of Swords, the Star, beautiful, and Two of Wands. Not surprised by the Seven of Cups, the Strength, and the Seven of Wands. I'm not surprised. There's effort there for sure. Temperance. Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. Now for the King. I like this King of Swords. Page of Wands, Emperor. Seeing a lot of polite energy coming from you, Gemini. Being very polite. Six of Coins, the World. Another Page. Justice has been coming out every single reading. It's Libra season, makes sense. We have the Ten of Swords, Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and Judgment. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what else comes out. We'll talk about this in the comprehensive. Thank you all so much for everything. Hope you have an amazing month. Good luck, and I'll talk to you soon.